I'm Joni Sompayrac, and I'm a UC Foundation professor of accounting and assistant director of the honors program here at UTC. And I've been asked to talk a little bit about the constitutional rights of the group that has been on campus this week, Abortion Now. I think most students saw it as the Genocide Project. And I've had a lot of questions this week about why did we allow this group on campus? Were there pictures of aborted fetuses protected by the First Amendment right to free speech? And I'll be honest, I mean, I was probably as offended as most people were by some of their tactics and their methods, but I would be more offended by any violations of the First Amendment right to free speech. We guarantee everyone the right to freedom of expression and free speech under the First Amendment. And the First Amendment says that when it comes to offensive speech, which this falls under offensive speech, I would imagine, based on the reaction we've gotten, that we can only regulate offensive speech in terms of time, place, and manner. So we can limit the times they're here, the way they display their material, and the manner, the place, that sort of thing, but we can't limit their content. When we start limiting content of groups on campus, we risk that one day our content will be limited. I've had several colleagues ask, well, why can't we limit their place to a very quiet place on campus, maybe behind the Challenger Center on the edge of campus? Well, we allow many other groups with more pleasing messages to have that same location on campus. And to discriminate against this group because of their content would be a violation of the First Amendment. I've had another colleague say, well, maybe we could say this group is too distracting and they have to be in another place. But we've let bands that play loud music and groups that shout loud protests in this area, and I would argue they are more distracting than this group. So again, we'd be discriminating under the First Amendment, and that would be inappropriate. And I think the minute we start cracking down on content, we risk our own content being limited. So I think that if people have a problem with the content or methods of this group or any other group, they should respond the way some faculty and staff and students did this week and express opposing views in a peaceful manner, which many people did, and they used their own constitutional right to free speech to respond. And a college is a marketplace of ideas, and that was an appropriate response. So I think that worked out well, and I imagine we'll see them back next year, and I hope that we'll see an appropriate response next year.